months away, Molly will be married to Ryan. Be sharing with Ryan and Molly. You guys ready? I'm nervous. All right, let's do this. It is often said that it is love that makes the world go round. However, without a doubt, it is friendship which keeps our spinning existence on an even keel. True friendship provides so many of the essentials for a happy life. It is the foundation on which to build an enduring relationship. It is the mortar which bonds us together in harmony, and it is the calm, warm protection we sometimes need when the world outside seems cold and chaotic. True friendship holds a mirror to our weakness without destroying our sense of worthiness. True friendship nurtures our hopes, supports us in our disappointments, and encourages us to grow to our best potential. Molly and Ryan came together as friends. Today they pledge to each other not only their love, but also the strength, warmth, and most importantly, the fun of true friendship. Bow your heads with me as we pray. God, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. I'm so honored to be here and share this moment with Ryan and Molly. And I'm so thankful to see so many friends and family who support Ryan and Molly, and I'm just so blessed to be in this moment. Lord, bless this ceremony, bless our time together, and bless the fellowship. It's your name we pray. I recently had the privilege to sit down with Molly, Ryan, Marlene, Bill, and my wife Rachel, and hear the story of how Ryan and Molly met. I've heard the short version, but it was such an honor to get the whole picture. I would like to share that with you one fun fact at a time. Molly grew up in Minnesota. Ryan grew up in California. Molly went to St. Cloud State University. Derek went to St. Cloud State University. Ryan and Derek are best friends. Ryan and Al didn't have anything going on. So they took off to Minnesota in Al's Jeep Cherokee, which broke down in San Diego. Special thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Kirker for offering their beautiful van. The two explorers were back on their voyage. Molly worked at a bowling alley through college. Derek likes free bowling. Compliments of Molly. Ryan and Molly met, instantly took interest for each other, and started dating. 1 month later, Molly moves to St. Louis Park. Ryan is in St. Cloud, an hour and a half away. Al had priority on the sweet Nissan Quest minivan, aka the Goose. Ryan just had a pair of Jordans. So, Molly typically would make the drive to St. Cloud. After 3 months, the dating had progressed. Ryan showed his cards offering a trip to California to his sister Kelly's wedding. And being the good guy he is, he wanted to make sure that she was as serious as he was. Molly countered with thinking it over and running it by her mom Marlene, and Molly reassured herself that she loved Ryan. The long-distance dating continued in Minnesota for a year and a half. Yeah. Woo. All right, here we go. When Molly was working at a dermatology clinic, she mentioned moving to California to her coworker, and the world got smaller. Molly's coworker's sister Kim worked at Loras College, which are in Los Angeles. Bill handed over the Civic, and they were off. They bombed over the Rockies, Molly clutching pillow and Ryan jamming out to the best of Michael Jackson at 4 a.m. in an ice cream. They made it to California, and their first stop on the coast was the Jack in the Box at Highway 101 in Maine. Woo. I went to high school with Jeff and Ryan. I knew of Ryan as Jeff's brother, but I didn't get to meet Ryan until a couple of years ago. Ryan had mentioned to me his interest in what I do and asked what he needed to get there. We sat down and laid out a game plan, outlining both experience and education. A year and a half goes by, and he comes back having accomplished everything we talked about. This caught me off guard a bit. I didn't expect someone to actually want to put the work in. Ryan was determined to provide for Molly. We were able to line up a junior position for Ryan supporting the United States Air Force. After 6 months of patience and what I would consider a very boring grind, he transferred over to my team supporting NASA. Ryan is hardworking, honest, determined, and there is nobody on the planet I would replace him with. Molly has an amazing personality. She loves people. She is a beautiful person and illuminates joy to everyone around her. She left a world of friends and family to follow Ryan to California, and because of her joy and love for people, she was instantly adopted and loved. Just in the short time we've known Molly, she has shown us an interest in our lives and our children. This was something that was really special to my wife and I. We are here to talk about two lives, two hearts, joined together in friendship and united forever in love. I would like to talk about love. It is evident that Ryan and Molly are deeply in love with one another. I would like to give an example of perfect love. Ryan and Molly, my prayer for you is that you love each other more with each day to come. Whether you feel the Bible is a detailed roadmap for life or whether you see it as the most popular literary piece of all time, the message and example Jesus laid out of love is the same. Let's first preface some quick Jesus breakdown to get to the point. Jesus Christ referred to himself as God. John 10:30, I am the Father are one. John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 8:58, before Abraham, I am. So we established Jesus' claim of being God himself. I, for one, believe this, but if you don't, let me land with them. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. 1 John 4:8. So now we establish Jesus is God, and God is love. The most perfect example of love was given in the sacrifice Jesus gave for humanity. Jesus was referred to as the bridegroom, and the church, us, was his bride. The patience, kindness, and selflessness Jesus displayed to the church was flawless. He was firm when he needed to be. He was passionate on demand, and had more grace than any other example in history, regardless of love given in return. Jesus reached out to the poor, the sick, those in discomfort, and was not impressed by materials or stature. He loved people for what was inside. While love does not always go two ways, unconditional love maintains and waits patiently to be loved in return. So what is love? 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs, love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Let's back up and understand this. You have most likely heard this scripture before, but hopefully I can share some information you may not have known. The New Testament starts with the Synoptic Gospels. These are the stories of four accounts, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, of the life of Jesus Christ. The majority of the New Testament following these books are letters written from a guy named Paul who had turned from a life of murder towards a Christian community. Prior to the letter of the Corinthian people, Paul had caught word of problems in their community, a lot of which centered on a lack of love. Paul was not speaking to non-Christians. He was speaking to Christians who did not show their faith in actions. In this section of his letter, he is describing what love is to the church of Corinth. So let's reread the scripture and think of the message. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So now we're going to do the exchange of the vows and rings. Ryan, we'll go first with you. Ryan, repeat after me. I, Ryan, take you, Molly, to be my wife, my constant friend, my faithful partner, and my love from this day forward. In the presence of God, our family and friends, I offer you my solemn vow to be your faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, and in joy as well as sorrow. I promise to love you unconditionally, to support you in your goals, to honor and respect you, to laugh with you, and cry with you, and to cherish you for as long as we both shall live. Now, Molly, I, Molly, take you, Ryan, my constant friend, my faithful partner, and my love from this day forward. In the presence of God, our family and friends, I offer you my solemn vow to be your faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, and in joy as well as sorrow. I promise to love you unconditionally, to support you in your goals, to honor and respect you, to laugh with you and cry with you, and to cherish you for as long as we both shall live. Here, all right, Molly, repeat after me. This ring will now seal the vows of our marriage and will symbolize the purity and endlessness of our love. Okay, Ryan, repeat after me. This ring will now seal the vows of our marriage and will symbolize the purity and endlessness of our love. Some Windex. To the family and friends, will all of you promise to uphold Brian and Molly in their marriage? Say I will. Before we begin the Unity Stand, I would like to share a special surprise for Ryan and Molly. A poem written by the groom's mother, Nancy, just for this special day. Dearest Ryan and Molly, today is your day when all beauty unfolds. Your heart filled with wonder as your promises are told. You cherish why you stand here. You profess your sweet love. You proclaim your devotion. Grace falls from above. You have learned how to give, how to share of your desires, how to trust without question, with which true love requires. You've been told many times, love will heal all the trials. So be free with your hugs and share all of your smiles. As you choose to become one and your families combine, you lean on God's purpose and you honor his design. With all our love, Mom and Dad, written just for you by Mom. During the sand pouring, Ryan will be pouring blue to represent the California ocean. Molly will be pouring white to represent Minnesota snow. Once the two sands mix, nobody will ever be able to separate them, just as your two lives will forever and always be joined. For the closing prayer, I'd like to read you the Lord's Prayer. This then is how you should pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Ryan and Molly, there will be times you lose focus on each other and get self-centered. It happens to everyone. The most important thing is to know how to recalibrate and focus on each other. Successful marriage has many ways of doing this, but they all have the same principle. If you put your spouse's interests and desires before your own, you will never fail. And now, it is by the virtue of the authority vested in me as a commissioner of civil marriage, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Ryan, you may kiss the bride. And now, as you turn towards family and friends, it is with great honor to introduce for the very first time the new Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Gonzales.
Wait, no, she does first.
Oh, we feed each other.
Come on, Ryan.
They got dumb panning.
Oh, yeah, here, we gotta pop the champagne. Cheers.
I know.
Pop the bottles. I'll
It's opening.
thank the Angelos for the champagne, for the bridegroom,
Yeah.
Angelo and Jessica.
Yeah, it's really not that great.
I'll start. Hi guys, I'm Kelly. Molly and I have been best friends nearly 20 years of our 30 years of life, and she's the closest thing to a sister with having two different and wonderful moms. People can only hope in their lifetime that they find that one person that they just get one another, and her and I are so lucky to have had that day since the day we met in 6th grade. I think you are beautiful and funny and loyal and kind and smart and just a beauty inside and out. And Ryan, I just absolutely adore you. I feel like I've known you since just as long. I feel like I've known you since just as long as I have Molly, and I feel like I've gained another best friend with you as well. I just think you are simply wonderfully wonderful. And I love that you love Molly so much. There's nothing more special than seeing your dearest person in life start her beautiful journey with the person created perfectly just for them. And I feel Molly was created perfectly just for Ryan as well. I know sometimes it can be really hard for your family and friends having you away, but I'm always comforted and I'm always at ease because I know you are truly happy. People can search their whole life for happiness, and you have found that happiness right here with Ryan, your Gucci, right by your side. So I know, and we all know, that you are exactly where you were always meant to be. What makes you two so special is that you love each other so much, and it's so clear to me since the moment I saw you guys 6 years ago. It's so clear to us all that you genuinely love each other. You are exactly who you are, and you don't hide much, you don't leave much to the imagination, but that's what you love about each other, and that's so special. And that you just accept and you appreciate every inch of each other. So what I want to share with you is I want you guys to promise this to each other and work on this, because you got a long time to work on a lot of things. And it kind of goes for everyone too. Work on all of this, starting today and for the rest of your life. But yes, that too. So I want you guys to promise to laugh each day, because your love, especially your love, is founded in humor. Always take pride in that and continue to always bring that back, because that's where it started in your hearts. I want you guys to look at each day as a gift, because you never know what tomorrow will bring, and cherish just each other. Life is so short, and you can't worry what tomorrow has or what's on the agenda. You just gotta enjoy today. I want you to build your love and I want you to build your faith in God as the key component in your marriage. I want that as the glue, because that will be your strongest tool to guide you through anything. I want you guys to get to know each other more and more each day. Fall deeper in love. You can never talk enough. Talk, and even if it's as simple as how was your day, just talk. Appreciate the good and the not so good things about each other, because that's exactly why you love one another. And say thank you for those little things you do for one another, because they go so unnoticed, but showing the smallest appreciation for the simple things, it means so much to each other. And make beautiful babies. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think tonight sounds like a perfect plan. It's one of God's best blessings and most rewarding journeys. And when that day and that blessing does come, enjoy the craziness and the daily chaos, because before you know it, they're all grown up and married. Right, parents? So, and take those moments in your life each day to count your blessings, because the good always outweighs the bad and the not so perfect things in life. And Ryan, and Molly too, when you're dumb and stupid and they say things you probably shouldn't, say you're sorry and just accept those apologies and move on. And put your phone down. Put your phone down. Even when you're laying in bed and you're looking at the phone, say goodnight. Even watch TV together, put the phone down. So, the last couple here are go on dates, especially, when life gets busy, because that will keep you two young at heart, and that's going to be your key component to your marriage, is keeping you guys strong. So just enjoy the beautiful ride, the ups and the downs, and the back and the forth, because you got each other right by your side. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing me and all of us here to share your special day, and just continue to be exactly who you guys are, because you are loved by so many, but especially you love each other for that. So this is just the first page of your beautiful and enduring love story, and there's so many wonderful chapters yet to be written. So God bless you guys, love you both, and cheers to the new couple.
Alright guys, well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Garrett Sedin. Unfortunately, grew up with Ryan since I've been a little kid. The first time that I met Ryan was on the football field. We were definitely on the separate teams. I was always better, of course. But my first remembrance of meeting Ryan was me tackling him in the backfield and him starting to cry. And if you guys can remember Ryan as a little kid, he did have a rat tail, so it was pretty bad. As all my friends up here can remember. Cool thing. Yeah, courtesy of Nancy. But the cool thing about this community and where we come from is that sense of community. I remember growing up on the football fields as a little kid. All of us around here are really tight-knit. And all of us growing up together, and a lot of you guys can remember the Monte Carlo Court days. There's a lot of them over there. The Orchid Youth football days. All those things are what brought us together and made who Ryan and I are today. And that's what's awesome about where we came from. I'm just one guy up here of many of Ryan's best friends. I'm, like I said, unfortunate to be the best friend of this guy. And we just had so many different memories together that were so amazing. So many memories that I remember, so many memories we don't remember. And I really been banging my head, like trying to come up with something that just really sticks out, but really nothing does, because a lot of it was really hazy along the way. Some of the best times of our lives was in high school. Ryan and I, we'd take our dates out, freshman year. Our dates were 5 inches taller than us. Ryan and I were late bloomers. And we still are. You guys still are. But as we got older, we grew up, graduated high school. We had some guy that was, I think, kind of naive at the time, that presented a place for us to live, and it was in Shell Beach. His name was Steve Gonzales. We were lucky enough to stay in a place on the beach together with these two guys on my side right here, and those were some of the times of our lives. And we got to know each other that much better, and as brothers and as friends. It was a great time. And at that time, I was playing football for Hancock, and Ryan was a big supporter of mine. He's my number one fan. He had my number on his cheek. It's pretty cool. Remember?
I gotta remind you.
But,
You remember,
anyways,
dude.
I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to go play out in St. Cloud State in Minnesota, where I didn't really know anybody. And when I got out there, it was in the middle of January. I come from the coast in California, and it was 0 degrees outside, and I showed up in long johns, and everybody was making fun of me. I'm like, are you guys crazy? You live in this stuff? And but one thing that I didn't really know many people, so I showed up at a bowling alley, and there was this one right here, working in the back desk with a sweatshirt 4 times the size of her. But the most interesting thing about that is that Molly had a sweatshirt on her every day, 4 times the size of her, with a different school. If you guys can understand where I'm coming from, it looks kind of strange to me. Were you a groupie? I don't know how you got it. But Molly was the sweetest person that, when I came in there, so welcoming, so friendly. Here I was coming out there, didn't know anybody, not a soul, other than Leif that came out there with me. And she always hooked me up with free bowling. But along with that is a lot of stories she wanted me to tell. Like the celebrities I knew because I was from California. Being from California, people in the Midwest assume that you know all the celebrities, no matter what. So it was every day, oh, who do you know? Tell me a story. Tell me a story. It's kind of interesting now, Molly. I don't live in California. Tell me who you know. Oh, she did meet Emilio Estevez. Did you get an autograph from him? Molly, the whole time, the first time I met her, one of the most outgoing persons that you ever meet. And all of you guys who have met Molly can definitely understand that. She's not scared to tell you what's on her mind or what she's going to do, or, as Kelly said, neither of them will. But I was just banging my head around trying to find out what the common denominator between these two would be. It's just the weirdest thing, it was cheese. I'm like, with cheese, and it's kind of weird. Molly loves cheese. Molly's the most picky person you guys will probably ever meet. She won't eat very much, but she loves cheese. And the best thing about Ryan is he's very good at cutting the cheese. Molly, I've been growing up with this guy my whole life, smelling that nasty flatulence, and I'm so happy to pass that off to you. There is not one person up here that's going to disagree with that. I feel bad for sitting next to him right now. But in all seriousness, you guys, everything happens for a reason. And regardless if I went out there, we played football, and Ryan came out there to just have a good time, meet some people. He met the love of his life, and I truly believe everything happens for a reason. And these two could not be more perfect for each other, and that is awesome to me. And just because I was there, I don't really feel like I'm a part of it. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and love found its way. So, with that being said, I'm very happy to be your guys' friends, and I just look forward to all the good things that you guys have come in your life. And with that said, let's raise a glass.
Oh shit, I just finished
To Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Gonzales.
Alright. Well, for all you that don't I'm Ryan's brother. Those of you who know me, man, a few words. Also starred in the Hangover 4, Orchid Hits Vegas. I was the leader of I want to elaborate on Dave's story. A little bit about destiny and how Ryan and Molly got to meet. I didn't know Molly at the time, so I did the biggest block ever. We all, most of us all go to Hancock. The Central Coast is awesome, but you grow up here and you think it's the worst thing ever. So we all have to make a move. And I was living with my best friend Nate, professional beach bum down in San Diego, surfing the reefs in La Jolla, work as least as possible. If you do have to work at night, so you hang out on the beach and clock in all day. So when Ryan was ready to make his move and do his thing and get out of the market, it was a no-brainer. He's coming to San Diego, why not? So he told me about visiting his friends in Minnesota, St. Cloud. I still don't know. Is it a territory in Canada? Is it a lake? I don't know. I know it's east of the 5. I was baffled when he said that, and I thought he was tripping, but he decided on his going out party that he wanted to come down to San Diego, him and Kirker, in that Cherokee with Dan. What was the name? The Goose. And I know, okay, well, he's tripping. He thinks he's going out there. He's going to come down to San Diego for the weekend, and it's going to be, me and him, the Gonzo brothers, and just, going to tear it up down there, hang out, get canned, and that's about it. Well, he comes down, and the weekend turned into a week. We party, hung out, and bars and food and whatever else we could get into. And they still left. I couldn't believe it after a week. I thought we had him. But he ended up, went out El Centro or something and called me like a day later. Dude, the car broke down. We're stuck. Come get us. I've never been east of the 5. Where the heck's El Centro? It's like Arizona or somewhere over there. Good luck on that. So they ended up towing back. Somehow they get towed. They towed back to Santa Maria. And I figured, okay, this is it. He's going to come to his wits. Like, even though he doesn't serve or this and that, he moved to San Diego to try it out. But they came back down, did the whole, there was a repeat, and hung out, partied for a week, and they took off to make it to the territory of Minnesota. And so I'm kind of worried about him out there, I mean, he is, my little bigger brother. Always been a little bit, touchy with the sun. He peels and stuff. So I was worried about him. I was a little worried. He comes back from Minnesota and the guy's green. Like, he's so white. I have no idea what happened to this guy. Like, are you sure you want to go back? He says, well, I met this chick. And she's the one, and that's way too early, You gotta go do another winter out there, challenge him, and he handled it. And little did I know, Molly ends up moving out. Like the sister on the other side. She takes my kids like they're her own. She cares for them, she cares for me, cares for my family. I think it shows a lot from where you've come from, and your family, and your community. Obviously, we're tight-knit where we're from. I mean, getting that like Derek and playing football and stuff, but trust me, we're pretty tight. So it's a pleasure, to have you in our family officially, even though you've been Uncle Molly to my boys for the last. They call her Uncle Molly. They're officially Aunt Molly and Aunt Ryan. And then my little brother, who I respect a lot, Ryan. You made a good decision, obviously. You didn't learn from me, which is good. I used to pick on you a lot. The funny thing is my dad used to get mad. We used to play video games and play Madden, technical, and I just used to, use my age and somewhat football wits against him. And you all know how Madden was. You can really, we call it ood, 21-0 in the first quarter. But the funny thing is he matured. He didn't even fit in his freshman jersey. I mean, it looked like he had a dress on. And he was always, I didn't know if he'd get taller than Grandma Judy. We never knew. I mean, we knew that. We always questioned where he came from. He was always lighter and a little bit goofier and sneaky, like Derek said, but all of a sudden, I think after his sophomore year, not only did his Madden game change, his real life football game changed. So I always envy how easy everything has come to you. Like Dave said, going for the job, telling you what you need to do, and you do it. You don't even know. He can pull anything off. You're smarter than me, bigger than me. You'll always be my little brother, but I honestly now, Ryan, I look up to you. So cheers to the new Gonzales team. Welcome to our family.
I was not planning on doing this. But there's not too many families who can be where we're at right now. We have both of our mothers, my husband's mother and my mother, who are both 85 years old. And we've got our babies here. I've got my sons and my daughter. There's not too many more blessings than this. And I'm proud of every one of my children. I'm proud of Jeff. I'm proud of Ryan. I'm proud of Kelly, my grandkids, my husband, my parents, my friends. We grew up in a cul-de-sac where our cul-de-sac was the party house. As much as I said, okay, when we grow up, no one under 45 is allowed in my house. But I come back now and I see all of my kids' friends and the value of friendship and love. And the bottom line is, I'm going to tell you right now, I told Ryan, I said, if you don't ask Molly to marry her, I will. I have her ring. I want Molly in my family. and when I met her family and her relatives, it's meant to be. So I love you guys more than you know. And I'm proud of all of you. And no one gets this. Who gets this? Who gets this? We get this. I love you all. Thank you.
I just want to say that I've obviously never met anyone from Minnesota before until I met Molly. I didn't know what a bag was. But Molly is amazing. I knew Ryan when I started dating Justin. Ryan was awesome. He was like another Mexican brother to me. But when I met Molly, I thought she was so weird. Like, who is that nice all the time? Like, it's not real. Like, who can really be nice all the time? And Molly, she really is. She makes you want to be a better friend. And I'm the worst friend ever. I'm such a flake. I'm gonna just. Molly knows, and she knows I'm a flake, and it's okay. But she makes me want to be better, and I'm trying, and I just love her so much. And then I met all her friends, and I'm like, can we like talk on Facebook every day? I love all of them, and I'm just so glad they're married, and I'm so glad we get to be best friends forever. And maybe we can have kids around the same time. Let's work on that. We'll make a new cul-de-sac. That's all I wanted to say. I love them, and I think they're great friends, and I'm glad I have them.
Oh my God, I'm getting moving. I'm cold.
You need to dance?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to invite everybody else up who would like to speak, but first, I want to hear from Steve.
I wanted to start out and just say thank you to everybody who took the time out of their busy schedules to show up and be part of our special moment. Obviously, we've got a lot of people here from Minnesota, don't you know? Actually, I don't think I've ever been around this many Viking fans ever. Maybe we'll see the wave later or something. But you know, like Nancy was saying, this to me seemed more than just a wedding. It's just a reunion of people who love each other and care for each other a lot. There are people here that we've known for a short while and people that we've known a long time. And I can honestly say that Nancy feels the same way, that most of the people here are not our friends. They're more brothers and sisters than anything. You know, you keep hearing the Monte Carlo thing. All these kids know that was just kind of the place to be for a long time. And those bonds, those friendships, I'm going to take them to my grave. You know, they're all standing over there. They know I love them to death. Friends of mine, I've got one of my best buddies here, Ricky Morales, who I will die for. Anyway, so all that said, I've got some friends that I've done real estate with for 20 plus years. They're here too. Just a lot of people that are extremely special. Molly, your wedding party, I mean, you could start a modeling agency, I think. Ryan, you not so much. Especially you. But all I can say is that the minute we met Molly, that smile, the first couple words out of her mouth, you know, to coin what young kids say, I was like, what? And Molly, Nancy's right. Within minutes, I said, man, Ryan, if you don't latch onto her, we're going to, so you can go back to Minnesota, she can stay. But, you know, you guys, it's just a very special thing, Molly. You are sweet, kind. Is there a ventriloquist in the crowd? I was going to say funny. I mean, everything, Molly. You're just a perfect daughter-in-law. I'm so glad it finally happened. And Ryan, we couldn't be more proud of you. I know it took a while for him to kind of get to the stage. We were waiting patiently, but we're so proud of you, and you've got the perfect bride. We just wish the best for both of you, and that will you guys be as married as long as the rest of our friends who have just been perfect examples of what it takes to stay married and do what you have to do. If you guys, I know this might be a little awkward, but if you don't mind, I'd like to say a prayer for them. So if you don't mind, please bow your head. Father, we thank you for this great community that we live in, this perfect Central California coast. And Lord, all we ask is that you be by their side. Life's journey is obviously not a straight line. It goes sideways and it goes up and down. But we just pray, Father, that you would be by their side and that they would reach up to you and ask for your guidance as they travel through life. And we thank you for them in Jesus' name.
Now, my daughter just dropped this on me about a half an hour ago, asking me if I wanted to speak. But I said, of course I want to speak. Now, my family table here is actually not from Minnesota. They're from New York and Boston. I'm the transplant in Minnesota. Now, just for an update for Kelly and Julie, at the present time, Union is winning the hockey championship 4-3 over some team from Minnesota. But the game's not over yet, you know. And somebody here went to Union. We all know who that is. But anyway, we're here to talk about this gentleman right here and my daughter, who I adore. And when I sent her to St. Cloud, this was after trying to convince her to go out to the East Coast and go and either check out Bucknell, where I got my undergraduate degree, or Union, where I got my master's degree. And her comment to me is, why in the world would I want to go to school in New York or Pennsylvania? So she goes up to St. Cloud and says, Dad, I met this guy from California. You know, you could have done that out in you could have gone to the East Coast and ended up with somebody from who knows where. But she ended up with Ryan. And the first time I met Ryan, I said to myself, that was a good move. Now, and I've been proud to say that you're part of our family, Ryan, and I know you will take care of my daughter. And Marlene is feeling like how my mother felt for 30 years. And I know it's, you know, breaking her up, but she also loves you just as much as we do, as I do. And be good to my daughter. I love you.
All right.
Yeah!
Still open mic night, hold on.
Do it again!
One thing I wanted to thank Kelly for being such a close friend, because at a moment like this, when you try to find somebody that you want to be your maid of honor, your best friend, it needs to be somebody very, very special. Kelly, thank you for being obviously such a dear, dear friend to Molly. And the rest of her crew. Derek, only the bride is supposed to wear a garter belt. But I did want to say one thing, because I thought of this when I was up there, and it slipped my mind, is I was in the same place 36 years ago in Santa Barbara, California. And Nancy was from Eastern Washington, and she'd only been in town about a year. I was from Los Angeles, a big city slicker. And on my wedding day, my father-in-law, God bless him, he's now deceased, but he pulled me aside and said, please take care of my daughter. She's a real long way from home. So Ryan, for the Freemans, take care of Molly. She is a long way from home.
All right.
Hi.
All right, I know people are getting cold out there, so I'll take the mic. First of all, we just like to thank everybody for coming. It's a special day for us, and to see all these familiar faces, it's awesome. I'm glad we could see, and I briefly mentioned it yesterday, but to see our two lives come together, not just us, but families, New York, Boston, Minnesota, Orchid, Washington, family and friends. It's awesome to see everybody. New York. It's awesome. It's really fun. So I just want everybody to kind of just enjoy the night and celebrate with us as we just kind of get to know each other and have a great time. So just raise our glass.
Wait, hold on, a few more.
Okay.
And we want to thank a few special people. Rachel, who put on the best day, that was the best ceremony ever. I love it so much. We love it. Thank you. To our parents who have been here for us through everything. And we love you so much. To our family who traveled here, and it's gonna be so wonderful. To all of our friends, we love people, all my coworkers, everybody. We're so happy to be here. 6 years later, yay! Just keep going, or if you guys wanna dance.
All right, thanks again, everybody. Love you guys. Let's raise our glasses and toast. Let's do what we do best.
Up for Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Gonzales.
Leo. Hardcore Metallica. All right. Want to be classy? Yeah. Thank the Lord that only got me on the phone, everybody, you know. All my counts are like, yeah, I'm like, I'm fucking sorry. I can't. Monday. Oh my God. Yeah, you probably did.
So romantic.
I call him something great. That's what I went with. I remember that one. And then I'll give myself a spot. I had to, bro. I had to go there.
What you got now?
There was no way I wasn't. Fuck, that'd be worse. And nothing else matters. Trust I see in a finding every day is something new. I just
All right, you guys, give it up one more time, Mr. and Mrs. Ryan.